Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be playing Mass Effect Andromeda. We're back to it. We missed a couple of weeks, slightly more than a couple, but we're back. And today, very likely, we are going to be doing the Turian arc. If I remember correctly, we left off having just done Korra's loyalty mission, which was the Asari arc. And so we'll be back today trying to wrap up mainly the Turian arc, possibly some other side quests, probably not too many loyalty quests before we start going in towards the end game. And I'm almost 100% positive you all can hear me because I triple reminded myself to unmute before I started this. But we do need to have, I think it should be like a standing reminder, kind of the way that you guys remind Katie at the beginning of her solo Dragon Age Origin streams about difficulty. You guys have to get into the habit of reminding me about the mic. So just somebody say mic or like check mute or something so I can always remember. I hope everyone is having an excellent weekend. Good to see all of you here. I see a lot of our faithfuls here. John, Emily, Readable, Handshake. I'm seeing a bunch of you guys, and it's very good. Very good that you all are here with us. Jerome, hello. Wonderfully Weird. I love that username. I don't know. Reminds me of myself. Wonderfully Weird. Anyway, I was going to say happy Sunday, quite honestly, because normally we do these on Sundays. Katie is traveling for the holiday currently. So we mentioned this last week. We were not going to be able to do one of our joint streams with Tamar and Dragon Age Inquisition. So I said, all right, time to get back on track for the Andromeda streams, as it were anyway. So, so here we are. Emily, I agree. I have the same type of feeling. It does kind of feel like Sunday. And, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week. I hope everyone is really doing okay. I'm happy to get back to Andromeda. I was watching something. I can't remember what it was, and I saw a little bit of Andromeda footage. And I thought, yeah, man, I miss it. So we gotta get back to it. I am fully fueled up on coffee, and so we should be good to go. I think it's like a streaming faux pas for people to hear you chew or drink, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Also, it doesn't bother me. When I listen to people and I can hear them like sipping on something, it doesn't bug me. But as I understand it, these professional streamers, they don't do things like that. But I guess that makes me, one, a coffee addict, and two, I don't know what I am. Some kind of streamer that's not really a professional streamer. All right, Emily. Also, yeah, I'm pretty excited for D4 day. Also, I guess we're saying D4 day. D4 day or DA day, or I don't know, quite honestly, I think Katie referenced that in her trailer/announcement video, where we're not quite sure how to pronounce it just yet. But it should be a lot of fun. And yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff that can be done, but the main thing we're going to do is try and look into the Turian arc, because that is, as I've been talking about, like of the things that you can do or that you would want to do, you definitely want to get both of the arcs before going into the end game. Oh, as a matter of fact, we didn't even leave the Arc Lucinia. Okay, so let's just do this real quick. Yeah, we still got to follow leads on the Turian arc at Havarl, but only because it's on the way. Let's head to the Nexus. We'll get some reactions from folks on the Nexus real quick, and then we'll jump over to start investigating things on Havarl. And I think we should have time today to, at the very least, do the do the Turian arc, and then the Solarian arc kind of ends up being part of the end game or leading up into the end game. So we'll do that one last. I'm always curious. I know we have a mixture of people. I know probably at least a few of you are in America. So what is your Thanksgiving Day plans looking like? Is it a big deal in your family? Is it not so big of a deal? Do you go anywhere? Are you traveling? What's going on with you guys for Thanksgiving? And for my non-American friends, I don't know. This is just an excuse for us to watch football and eat too much at this point. It used to have like a vague religious significance and sort of like co-opted from like harvest festivals that exist in various different cultures. But yeah, Thanksgiving. It's Thursday. We're all gonna eat a bunch of turkey and stuff. So that's kind of how that's gonna happen. Packer says heading home. Yeah, Thanksgiving, not a big deal. Yeah, I think it's definitely one of those things where it sounds similar for me, actually. When I was younger, definitely more of a big deal. Because when you're younger, I don't know if it's just your memory or maybe family members and everyone just try and make it a bigger deal for the kids, because we all had fond memories of holidays as children, or most of us hopefully do. Nowadays, not much. I try and go and spend some time with the folks and with my family. And
I would like to welcome our Asari pilgrims to the Nexus. You've had a long journey, but we're thrilled that Ark Lucinia has finally arrived. We ask for patience as we find homes for everyone. To those who doubted the future, the proof stands before you. The Asari live, and so does the dream. Ah, there's the hero who made it possible, Pathfinder Ryder. Do you have any words for us?
It didn't go as cleanly as I'd hoped, but I guess nothing comes easy.
Indeed, which only highlights the value of perseverance, a quality I champion myself. We all owe Ryder a debt of gratitude. In the meantime, please enjoy whatever comforts the Nexus
when
can
I
offer
watch
a
this,
weary
I'm reminded
traveler.
of a couple of things.
Excuse me.
Number one, the sound design, like the
You're the one
ambient
who
sound
saved
design
us?
in this scene needs to be
I
way
am.
better. Like the
I
fact
owe
that there's
you
supposedly a
everything.
crowd around, but
If
you
it
can't
hadn't
really
been
hear
for
that
you,
at all,
I'd be dead.
is really disappointing.
We all would. Now we have a future.
And then the other thing is that, again, Andromeda, just the lighting of it looks really good. It's got a tremendous clarity on some of these pseudo outdoor moments. Especially having played a couple of different things now recently, I'm really taken aback by how good it looks. But the fact that it looks good is not an excuse for the fact that the performances in certain instances need to be a lot better, and as well the sound design.
Just don't let your guard down. We're in the wilderness here.
Zoe,
We can
good to see
tame
you.
it, and we'll
What's
fight
on
back.
the agenda is
Wait till
a
it
little
meets
bit of
the
Mass Effect
Asari.
Andromeda, obviously, but we're going to be doing the Turian arc, trying to hunt down the Turian arc more specifically. For those that are just joining, I mentioned Katie traveling today for holidays, as some of you are as well. And so since we could not do the dual stream of Dragon Age Inquisition, I decided to jump back onto the schedule with the solo Andromeda streams.
I wonder what my dad would think of all this. Would he have encouraged the move? Come with us if he could?
I'm sure he would have, to be with you guys.
Yeah, I think so too. Sid doesn't remember anything about him, but I do. I think he might have liked it here.
Or how about this also? What's your favorite holiday? For a while, mine was Thanksgiving. I was just a big fan of the food, and American football is a big deal, and so for a while it was Thanksgiving. And it's maybe still one of my favorite ones. But what about you guys? Favorite holiday, if you have one?
cherry-like fruit brought back from Habitat 7 as authorities baffled. Multiple passengers are still in quarantine. This is Agent S.
All right, I see a couple for Easter, which kind of surprises me. I don't know if that's just me. Easter's not normally a big deal, but the weather is nice. I gotta say, I mean that is true. I'm seeing a couple of Halloweens also. I feel like that's very candy motivated, which is nothing wrong with that.
Hello, Pathfinder.
It's just not fair.
We'll talk to
A
Subversive
friendly
real
face.
quick.
Hello, Ryder.
Yeah, now I
I'm a
will
little
say,
short on friends since
I'm not like a
everyone heard
huge
what happened
holiday
to Shara.
person in general, but I know that I'm in the minority on that one because most people are pretty hyped up for holidays. Hey, Flucus, how's it going? Glad you could join us.
You can earn those friends back. Be the hero they want you to be.
It's a lot to ask. Ishara was beloved, rightly so. But there's work to do, and I've been sitting idle too long. Hate it or not, I belong on a front line.
I never knew Matriarch Ishara.
Now,
the last Asari
another
Pathfinder.
thing I'm
What was she
curious
like?
about is what
best
has
my
everyone
people have
else
to
been
offer.
playing? I know that
Powerful,
I've
just, diplomatic.
mentioned several
I
times
was a
at this
dowdy
point on the
soldier by
podcast and live
comparison.
streams that I've been obsessed with
I
Red
tell
Dead
myself
Redemption
she'd
2.
understand why I... She
I
didn't think that
recently
way.
beat
Diplomacy
at
allows
least the
compromise.
story, the main
War
story.
doesn't.
Still doing some of the side stuff and some of the hunting and challenges and all that. Who else is on Red Dead Redemption 2, and what else is good out right now? I know there's some stuff that's come out recently. Hitman 2 has come out. Have not tried that at all. Just kind of curious what you guys are playing.
Now that the Asari arc is safe, what's next for you?
I'll be tracking the Ket through their secret routes in the Scourge and burning them out. Charting the Scourge will help everyone. Some incidental revenge is a bonus.
Oh, Octopath Traveler. Okay, yeah, I've heard good things. I'm very
luck,
unfamiliar,
Sarissa.
but I've heard good things.
Thank
and
you.
then also,
I'll need it.
Taylor says, "Did anyone pick up the most?" Wait a second. Excuse me. Sorry about that. No, I didn't swallow a bug this time. I'm fine. Getting over a little bit of a cold. Yeah, Taylor says, did anyone pick up the newest novel, the latest Mass Effect novel? I have not yet. I will. It's definitely on the to-do list. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be picking that up and probably posting or making a video about some thoughts on it. But Taylor, what did you think of the book? Ooh, also I'm seeing Spyro. I've heard good things about the remake. Is it a remake of Spyro or is it a whole new Spyro game? I've heard good things. And similarly, I love the first, or the two most, I should say not the first two, but the two most recent Tomb Raider games since they've rebooted. And yeah, I'm looking forward to when I get a chance. I still haven't played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm so behind. I'll try and get to that latest Tomb Raider. Wait, do we have Carrie Tavessa somewhere? Oh, there we go. Interview time.
Pathfinder. Hi. The documentary's going great. Your comments really got people talking. Director Tan loved the first broadcast. Sent a contribution for your expenses.
Thanks.
Let's get to the juicy stuff. Scientists are excited about your new outpost, though there are questions about how prodromos can survive where Sites 1 and 2 failed.
My team and I surveyed EOS thoroughly and even stopped the storms. The rest is up to the outpost, but the old threats are gone.
Hopefully they can handle any new ones. Facing those risks must be stressful. How do you relax between missions?
I always I hit the bar hard. Like what a I mean, it's some honesty for you, but what a distressing thing to hear from the Pathfinder. I'm gonna go with study or stargaze.
I read up on the amazing things we've seen, and the Tempest has some incredible views of the cluster.
This is history too, these little moments
Emily
between.
says, interviewing
Shots
in
of
your
this remnant
PJs.
text, some
Yeah,
narration,
she wasn't
that
prepared for
completes
this
an
interview
episode.
exactly,
Thanks for
but
stopping.
she's got a casual demeanor that the younger demographic of
But footage of that
the
red
Andromeda
box
Initiative
field.
appreciate.
Can we get a model?
Taylor, that's good to hear. I'm glad you liked it. If you had not read one of the other prequel novels, the one that focuses on Korra, Initiation, if I'm not mistaken, by N.K. Jemisin and Mac Walters, who, of course, Mac Walters, project director on the game, I would definitely try that one. It's also pretty good and sheds a lot of interesting light on Korra's character. I liked Korra in that book a lot more than I liked her in the game. Also, glad that you got to sit down and read something, even if it's been a while. That's okay. Sometimes I actually think video game based novels can have that effect, and it's actually a really good thing. So don't feel bad about that. If you're interested in some more good science fiction, I would recommend Artemis from Andy Weir, who is the author of The Martian. Or you could read The Martian itself also if you haven't read that. That's a really good science fiction book that's pretty technically accurate-ish sci-fi, but also very readable. It's not like bogged down by the science and its science fiction.
Pathfinder, this is Captain Dunn. There's a situation I could use your assistance with. I'd rather not discuss it over open channels. Please come see me on the Hyperion Bridge as soon as you can.
If I'm not mistaken, that done prompt is gonna start the virus side quest thing, which I don't feel like doing, so we're gonna hop on the Tempest, then head over to Havarl, and then we will start to track down this Turian arc. Lucas, look, man, don't put it past them, because there was that one. I didn't play it, but Far Cry did a game that was basically like caveman era, and you never know.
Vetra was looking for you.
Yeah, see, the thing about that virus side quest is, like, I know it should be like, hey, isn't that something you should take care of? But that's the problem, is that when I get a side quest like that, I feel like I have to drop stuff. I feel like I have to drop everything and then go do it because, I don't know, it's one of those story / immersion type things for me. I also enjoyed the I am the greatest botanist on the planet. I think there's a couple of those, something on the planet, you know, it's sort of like an easy joke to go for, but it's still very enjoyable.
Deploying probe. I found something.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. With the statement of the protagonist from The Martian being one of the best characters in a long time. He was great because you were impressed by his ingenuity and his resourcefulness, but also totally empathized with the oh shit, I'm gonna die sort of like freak out moments that he has, and as well as the mistakes. I really, really thought that grounded the character as much as anything, is the fact that some of his plans he just screwed up. He overlooked something, he messed up, he almost gets himself killed, but then he saves himself. It's such a fun book to read because the ups and downs feel really naturalistic and believable, and when he succeeds, you buy it, and when he messes up, you go, oh yeah, I can see why he would have messed up. And it's that's a difficult balance to get, where you sort of look up to a character, but you also empathize with them for their flaws and their shortcomings. And it's and he's funny and relatable. It's great writing. Yeah, Alpaca, I am actually in the reverse. I have never seen the movie. I'm not avoiding it or anything, but I never got around to watching the movie. But I heard from people that they greatly enjoyed it, so that's definitely a good thing. Yeah, we'll bring Vetra and... you know what? I don't know if I've brought Vetra and Cora together on too many things, so let's do that. Nicole, hello.
Entering atmosphere. LZ in sight.
Emily, I thought about Jol, but then it was like, well, I'm on Havarl, but I'm not doing anything Angara specific. We're not going to be here long. I think we just need to go and talk to some of our Turian friends really quick, and then be on our way. Yeah, no, every now and then I do like to rock out that gold Nomad. I wish that you could drop the Nomad onto Havarl, and just that in general that Havarl had a bit more space going on. Nicole, well, we were discussing the new Mass Effect book, Mass Effect Annihilation, initially, but when we were talking about the great character writing, that would be The Martian by Andy Weir, and also the movie as well.
An alien, able to use remnant.
Nothing's coming.
Never thought I'd see such a thing.
My aunt had a remnant artifact she learned to open and close. We should took her many years to achieve it.
You said you saw Turians in the jungle?
Reliably. Is that what they call it? Took a great deal of concentration. We just couldn't explain how she was doing it. They clashed here, I think.
The Turian Ark? Was it a large ship?
I saw some debris, but not an entire ship. I'll give you the nav point and you can go see for yourself.
We can speak more later.
I'll be here.
Huh, okay. I didn't know that the movie had a different ending. That's interesting. That actually makes me want to see it now. I don't know. I think sometimes people get into that habit of trying to say which one is better, or, you know, the movie ruined the book. I don't necessarily think in that way. Like, even if I don't like whatever the ending of because I quite like the ending of the book. I thought it was very appropriate, and you know, it just fit with a lot of the themes of the entire book, and it was harrowing and exciting and all that stuff. If I don't like the ending of the movie, that's fine. I would actually just enjoy the fact that it's something different than the book. I think that kind of gives additional reasoning for why you would tell it in a different setting altogether. Yeah, Norwegian Blue. I think very similarly. That's how I feel all the time when I see people playing something. It makes me want to get back to it. I have been seeing more gameplay of Red Dead Redemption 1, and I really have the urge to play. And I have Red Dead Redemption 1. I have it loaded on my Xbox One, but The Xbox One X is the only one that has the 4K resolution patch. And I gotta say, it's really tough to try and go back to 720p and 30 frames per second after you've been used to playing stuff in 4K. And so, sad to say, I'm having a little bit of trouble trying to get back into Red Dead 1. What is... Oh, there you go. What is hitting me from behind?
One's gone. Let's see you deal with this.
Oh boy, really?
Giving shield assist.
That was only mildly annoying. Yeah, that's one of the things about Havarl, honestly. It's just like the amount of mobs that just get triggered really almost for no reason. Like, I'm just trying to get from... Now, granted, with some of the wildlife, I know if I actually activate the vault, that will help, but... nonetheless... Ah, wonderfully weird. Yeah, no, I agree. Hitchhiker's Guide is actually that's a really good example, which I thought they did quite well with the movie. Which again, side note, you know, I've been playing like a variety of different things recently.
Those are Natana's uniforms, Pathfinder.
It's really difficult to do that at a certain point with control schemes. I've been playing, like I said, a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2, and now I'm jumping into this, and I've also been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance again with a controller. Played mouse and keyboard previously, and I'm trying with controller now. And my fingers are slightly confused. Like in a split second, I'll just be like, wait, how do I vault over things again? There we go. There's a bionic detonator for us.
Right between the eyes.
Also, the control difference in the aiming mechanics between this and Red Dead are so dramatic. Like, this is really... Like, the reticle just feels a lot more lightweight. Like, the movement of aiming feels really heavy in Red Dead. Which is not bad. Not bad at all. Also, you can't make things biotically explode in Red Dead Redemption, which I think is a plus for Andromeda.
Let's see you deal with this. Sniper, stay down. Understood. Moving in.
We got one left, apparently. Oh, there we go.
One party just got bigger.
Oh, wait, now we got reinforcements. Yeah, we do. Oh, wow, that roll card went pretty far considering that was throw and not pull. even after a couple hundred hours, honestly, of Mass Effect Andromeda combat, I still don't think I've ever gotten tired of seeing the pull throw combo. Like just seeing people float up and then knowing you can aim slightly below them to kind of hook the throw path upward just doesn't get old. Taylor says Red Dead 3, Cowboys with Space Magic. Fluka's favorite game with horrible controls. You know, that depends, right? Because certain games were great and they didn't have horrible quote-unquote controls at the time, but just older control schemes are really weird, man. Like when I went back to play Knights of the Old Republic 1, the control scheme just feels weird. But I guess somewhat more modernly. It's not really that modern, but The Witcher 1, as many of you are witnessing on Katie's playthrough, it's not great. The controls are really not great. They tried to do something innovative instead of just doing a straight up hack and slash with the rhythm, timing, swordplay thing. And in my view, it does not translate well. So.
Shot to the gut. Painful. I appreciate the help back there. Name's Avidus Rix. Sorry if my methods seem extreme. Civilian life is trying.
Ryder, human pathfinder. You former military?
A Spectre. Special tactics and reconnaissance. Did the Council's dirty work for 15 years.
So you're used to being above the law.
Well, good thing there are no laws in Andromeda, huh? The initiative was my retirement plan. Then Natanis hit the Scourge and bam, woke up here.
What happened? Where's the Ark?
No idea. Had to break out of my own damn stasis pod.
A fall like that should have killed you.
Those pods are sturdier than they look.
You know, I don't normally do this with primary VO folks because I think in general they do a really good job across the board in BioWare games. But
so he's alive.
You know what?
Just
like
don't know where.
A conversation like this and sort of where Frida Wolf is landing with some of these lines is really flat. Like when she said, "Where's the Ark? What happened?" Like it was like we're searching for the Arks because that's literally the most important thing, other than not being killed immediately. By the Archon and by the Ket, and when she says, "What happened? Where's the Ark?" It's like she's like, "What happened? Where'd you leave your hoodie?" Like it's just really flat. And I just and again, how much of that is incumbent upon the VO director to make sure it's emphasized to her that there needs to be more there, etc. You know, because voice actors are not given nearly enough context to the lines that they're voicing so often. And so a lot of it in gaming, and they're recording things out of order and out of sequence, and they're coming back and doing a scene, and they don't really know unless the writer is present or the VO director is giving them very specific direction on the context. But that's, you know, you just found the first person from the Turian Ark, and her reaction is, "What happened? Where's the Ark?" Like, I just feel like even without a lot of surrounding context, the line, "What happened? Where's the Ark?" should almost be indicative. That's why it stood out, actually. I think it might have even been the fact that subtitles were on, and looking at that line written out, and then hearing her, I'm like, yeah, there should have been a bit more there, because that's kind of an important thing, and you should be having a bigger reaction to that. Not to harp on it too much. I think Frida Wolf does a great job overall, but in this scene, it just kind of feels like it's a bit flatter than I think the story would requires a bit more than that.
The SAM node could have been destroyed when Natanis hit the Scourge.
I'd know if he was dead. Mason dedicated his life to Andromeda. He's too stubborn to die now.
We need every Pathfinder we can get.
Debris and stasis pods from Natanis are scattered across the sector. Between the two of us, we should find something.
The settlers here need your help.
I'm a stopgap. Mason is the solution. Rumor has it scavengers found pieces of an Ark on a planet called Eladin. Could be nothing, but it's a lead worth checking.
I'll let you know if I find anything.
I'm in your debt, Pathfinder.
You know, another thing that I realized, you know, he just mentioned Eladin, right? Eladin is really out of place from a pacing standpoint. Like, they needed to do something else with Eladin. Eladin comes up essentially right after you, well, basically, like, Eladin, where they place Eladin, it doesn't have a place in the pacing, right? Eladin needed space somewhere, where you weren't, like, bogged down with 2 or 3 other leads from the critical path. At one point, there's, like, 2 or 3 critical path things open at once, right? Like, you've got Kadara, you've got Vold, you've got Havarl. You get the Vold Havarl leads, and that's when it starts. And then after you rescue Moshe Sefa, then you can get the Kadara lead. And you may not, and most likely aren't done with Havarl and Vold. And then as soon as you come off the planet on Kadara, Drac is like, okay, now we've got this lead on Eladin, and it's urgent. We have to go there immediately. And then also the Turian Arc takes you to Eladin. I kind of feel like out of all the planets, Eladin is the one that makes you just go, Jesus Christ, another one? And I think that planet could actually have been a lot cooler if players were just given time to really, like, explore it. If that makes sense. I don't know if anyone else felt similarly.
Are you and Mason close?
We know each other well, yes?
Did I say something wrong?
No, sorry. I'm just not used to discussing my personal life.
How are the other survivors holding up?
They're in shock. Too busy surviving to grieve or take stock in what's happened. But when things eventually do calm down, it'll hit them. And it won't be pretty.
Take care, Avitus.
Likewise, Ryder.
Alright, so in tracking down the Ark, we should be able to go straight to Eladin. There is another side mission, which is one of the worst side missions, not just in Mass Effect Andromeda. It might be one of the worst side missions in the history of video games. Like, certainly in modern RPGs, where this one person asks you to go scan debris that's supposedly from Ark Natanis or the Scout, I don't know, it doesn't matter. And you just basically run around Havarl scanning, like, 6 or 7 or 8 random, like, copy and pasted art asset debris crap, and then after that you're done. Like, there's no cutscene, there's no anything. You just use the scanner and look at some dumb crap, and then that's it. That's a side quest. It is the worst run to an objective point and then come back side quest probably that BioWare has ever done. And that is one where you just upon replay just always skip it. Alright, time to extract. Oh, that's right, I don't have the Nomad, so I can't auto extract. Yeah, well, Flucus, that's a good point about gating, is that you could go anywhere you want. But I think also, so there's that, and then additionally, there's the fact that in Mass Effect 1, the path, no matter what order you took it in,
Pathfinder.
it was very clear that if you went to, say, Novaria, you went to Novaria and you did all of the quests on Novaria. So you did the planet storyline, any side quests, etc., and then you were done with Novaria, and there probably wasn't any reason for you to go back there. And so then you could move on to the next planet. That's
Vetra
not bad,
is looking for you.
but that's also kind of formulaic in what BioWare has always done. They did it with KOTOR. They've done it with basically all of their games, where you have these 4 or 5 hub sections, and once you're done in that section, you don't go back, and it feels kind of lifeless. What they clearly went for with Andromeda, and as well with Inquisition, was the idea that you would go back and forth to all of the different regions, because that would make it feel more alive. The fact that you're actually planet hopping regularly. Okay, good plan, except they didn't account for the fact that some of that was going to feel completely overwhelming at times. Right, and it felt like there was a bunch of critical path stuff that was described as important, but the necessary background info and the necessary context in the story didn't cause the importance to resonate with you. It's like a few lines of dialogue saying this is super important, and not anything that makes you really sort of understand and grasp, okay, I know why this is important. It was a good concept. The idea of, hey, let's not just send people to a hub section, and then once they use up all the quests in the area, once they tackle all the quests in the area, they're totally done. I agree with what they tried to do. I think just maybe on the next game, maybe DA4, maybe the next Mass Effect game, they'll have that formula down better. Anyway, speaking of Eladin, let's head down to Eladin.
Careful. Word is there's pirates all over this region.
You'd think they'd run out of people to steal from.
Oh, Dreamscape. That is that's a good point about the loading times. I will say, for loading times of big maps, two things could be affecting that. The number one is the hard drive, because when it's doing a load screen, it's pulling, it's loading up a large section. One of the things that affects that the most is your hard drive. And solid state drives, SSDs, are getting cheaper and cheaper, and a hard drive upgrade is one of the easiest upgrades to do to your PC. Even if you're not a tinkerer or someone that works on their own computer, putting in a new hard drive is one of the easiest things you can do. So I would highly recommend a cheap SSD, and helps with the load times tremendously. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need to make the Tempest, because I have the blueprint for it now. That's what I've got to do. All right, maybe we'll do that before heading off. You know what? Normally I wouldn't do this because it's just kind of ridiculous, but since someone mentioned it, why don't we just go ahead and rock out the gold. The gold nomad. I'm not even going to bring Drac just because we're not going to do any Krogan related stuff. And what the heck, we might get some banter between Jal and Vetra and the Nomad.
Sam, send Callow the nav point provided by our Krogan contact. Drac, we're landing on Eladin to rendezvous with Jorgal Strux.
No, we're actually not landing on Eladin to do that. We're landing on Eladin to run straight to where we need to go for the Turian quest, and then we are getting off of Eladin. You know, again, that's another space for some constructive criticism there, right? Like, they are presuming that is your primary purpose.
Where is this meeting place exactly?
For going to Eladin.
Called the Paradise.
Even though at this point you can obviously have multiple reasons for wanting to go to Eladin, and that just, again, it It erodes away at player agency and immersion and role-playing, and, you know, it's not like the cutscene depicting, you know, that dialogue is super compelling or super cinematic. It doesn't add that much, right? Like the specificity, what you get by limiting the broadness of the roleplay is supposed to be like a higher quality cinematic, but
41% exposed.
I can do with or without it.
I can, Pathfinder.
I would rather have a more generic scene where I have some choice. Oh, Dreamscape. I completely agree with that, right? Considering the development time and the budget, Andromeda could have been way worse. 100%. Yeah, I mean, in many ways, those people on the team who, you know, came together at the end and in that last 18 months turned it into something pretty damn good. Certainly not great.
Scavengers with nothing to lose.
Big props to them. And from what I understand, Mac Walters had a lot to do with that, which is really good, because I had some harsh criticisms of Mac following the Mass Effect 3 ending, and I think he's it's clear to me, at least, when you listen to him in interviews and listen to him talk about the process of development and how many ups and downs are in there, he's really matured a lot as a leader and as a developer, and I think, yeah, his guidance probably helped salvage Andromeda as much as anything else.
Here, it's swarming with.
Oh, dang. Okay, we've got plenty of points to use. So let's max out. This is recharge speed and detonation. And I'm torn between whether or not I want to throw 2 of these, or just, I feel like my recharge time is already really good and it's going to be affected by other things anyway. I don't know if I care about these rank 5 and 6 on pull. I kind of thought, if I remember correctly, I wanted to max out pull and throw, but I don't particularly care. Well, no, that's not true. The defense debuff is pretty good. Drains them on initial hit. Interesting. Yeah, on the one hand, God, it's just that detonation damage is really good, but it's kind of fun to throw out too. Because especially if I have one person primed for detonation and then I throw out a second one as like a bonus. This is not the technically correct one to choose, but it's going to be more fun to look at. And so I'm just going to continue to take choices that are for the benefit of the stream, because I feel like the 2 projectiles thing is just more fun to watch. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Max shield is definitely a good thing. Yeah, again, I can get more recharge speed here. And I can, yeah, confirm. And I can also get more recharge speed by taking the eventually by taking lowering the pistol weight. Which, that's a real must at some point. I'm not going to have enough to do it now, but at some point that's going to be necessary. Now we have Vanguard and Soldier profiles unlocked. And yeah, let's take an upgrade to Shockwave. Again, Shockwave is not a great power, but it's better to look at. So that's what we're doing. Dreamscape replaying for the 7th time. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm on playthrough number 12. I don't get tired. I do not get tired of the characters in the story and even the gameplay. I am a little addicted to throwing people off a mountain. You know what else is really cool? Again, Red Dead Redemption related. blasting people off their feet with the shotgun in like classic over-the-top Western style. Like, it's so unrealistic. Like, it doesn't look that unrealistic. They don't go flying backwards the way that they do in certain science fiction games, but just like blasting them off their feet and watching their cowboy hat fall off when you hit them with the shotgun blast is highly satisfying. Also, punching someone and watching their cowboy hat fall off, again, just brilliantly satisfying. Jaw can do a little more on resilience, right? Yeah, just bump his max shields. Actually, give him more on sticky grenade also. Vetra, yeah, she needs all of her right there. Pretty much all of those passives. And then recharge speeds, most definitely. Oh, crap, okay. Definitely turbocharge. Okay, very good. Yeah, Zoe, you hit the nail on the head. The Mass Effect Trilogy cast doesn't get old because they're interesting and multidimensional. And the Andromeda characters basically have one interesting point to them. That is 100% true. One of the best examples of that is Joker versus Callow. Like, you just think about those two characters, and you think about Callow, and it's like he likes the ship, and he doesn't like. He's just basically like he's one of the people who designed the ship, and that's just, and he's kind of doesn't get along with his other crewmates. I don't know much else to say about Callow. It's like Callow and Gil feud, and that's it. Whereas Joker kind of changes over the course of the 3 games. And again, it's unfair to Callow because Joker had 3 games, 100%. I mean, but no, and in general, I agree with that the trilogy cast just had a lot more dimension to them. But again, a big point of that is if you look at them just in Mass Effect 1, there wasn't nearly as much there. It took Mass Effect 2 and 3 to really branch them out.
Activating automated forward station deployment. Mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system.
Drac
so,
is
Eldon,
old.
Charming so far. What do we got? Besides the sand.
The Remnant monolith suggests this was indeed supposed to be a golden world. It also
I actually thought Drac might have been the most interesting on a serious note in that he cares a lot about Kesh. And because he's old and understands that his time is limited, he actually has some focus on just kind of helping Ryder or helping Kesh. They could have done more with that, but I thought that was interesting about him.
In this direction, located in one of the planet's sinkholes, is New Tuchanka, the Krogan colony.
Sinkholes. Sounds fun.
Not really. Eladon is tidally locked to its sister moon and that gas giant above. This side of the moon never cools. Getting trapped in a sinkhole without shelter would mean certain death, as one's blood would boil in 75 seconds.
And on that cheery note, let's head for the climate-controlled paradise of the Nomad.
Okay, we're gonna have a bit of a drive. Okay. So we'll get to this first waypoint so we can unlock a station, and then we should be able to get to the anomaly for the Ark.
Why did you come to Helios?
General you or personal you?
You, Vetra. Personally.
Same reason everyone else did. Got the pitch.
Must have been an impressive pitch. Was it worth it?
It better be.
index is
Sure
climbing
has.
rapidly. Your body won't stand this for long. I suggest you retreat to a cooler area.
Yeah, it's been a while since I actually fell into one of those, and yeah, it does. You saw it go up to level 3, and even the Nomad life support started draining pretty quick. Crap, I don't really want... Oh, this is the one checkpoint. Yeah, I really don't want to go into the Krogan compound right now. But I do want the fast travel point, so...
Look ahead. Scavengers dug into the sand.
Crap.
Not surprised Morta's still holding a grudge against the Nexus.
It's amazing they managed to set up any kind of working colony on this hellscape.
Amazing or crazy? And the Krogan seem to be a bit of both. Enemy is down!
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
Alright, we're gonna get this forward station. We're gonna get our life support boosted again.
Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder.
And now we're gonna continue on.
I sense you don't trust me, Vetra Nix.
Where are you getting that?
You seem distant. You don't meet my eyes.
I'm gonna be honest. Can I be honest?
Of course.
I don't really know you yet. We're the aliens here, and I wouldn't be surprised if you resented that.
So, you act like you don't like me because you're not sure if I like you.
That kinda covers it.
No, I don't resent you. And what I know so far, I like. Does that make things easier?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Oh, shit.
Stasis pods from Ark Natanus.
Are any of them alive?
It's difficult to obtain a clear reading on all pods at once. We should investigate.
Come on, Joe. You have a sniper rifle. Like, I wish I could just, like, make him take a sniper rifle shot. Oh, that was sweet. I don't know if you guys caught that, but the second one, like, arced around. And, oh, wow, they both hit that one. That's interesting.
Pathfinder.
They're all dead.
He was the last one,
Sam,
so
we should have
two of
Mason's
them
genetic
hit him.
profile in the initiative database. Let's check it against pods.
But yeah, that worked pretty well. One detonated the biotic detonation, the other one hooked around and hit the guy behind the rover.
Perhaps a distant cousin.
This one's got power. Help me get it open.
Pathfinder, the body has no vitals.
Sam, check the pod's history.
According to the final log, this stasis pod was jettisoned from Ark Natanus.
Maybe when it hit the Scourge.
The timeline doesn't match. This pod was ejected long after Natanus was reported missing.
These stasis pods were dumped for a reason.
Pick one. Andromeda's nothing but dangerous.
We should finish checking the pods for Mason, then report back to Avitus.
No match. Subject is a child. None of the
Holy shit, I think Liam is in that pod.
Hopefully that means he's still alive.
Yeah, all right, we're done on this planet. Going once, going twice. Get us back to the Tempest. I don't know. You know what? I don't even know that Liam was taught how to do push-ups wrong, because I think someone would have to try really hard to teach you how to do a push-up that bad. I think if someone was trying to teach him how to do a push-up wrong, they couldn't have got him to do it that bad. Like, the only way you get push-up form that bad is if you just try to, like, haphazardly figure out how to do it on your own. It's like a goldfish trying to figure out how to knit. Like, you just, yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, it's like he's from another planet. He has no concept of what a push-up is.
Prepping VidCon communications.
Alright, let's talk to Avidus. Wait, why does Addison want to talk to us? Never mind. We're ignoring Addison. We're screening our call for that. We're not talking to Addison. Alright, let's go, Avidus.
Ryder, I was just about to call you.
Everything all right?
I've got numbers, coordinates, flashing in my head. I think it's an SOS from Mason.
It could be coming from your salmon plant.
He's sending me his location.
We did find evidence that Natanus may be intact.
What evidence?
A bunch of stasis pods were jettisoned from the Ark. No survivors. But the logs show it happened long after Natanus hit the Scourge.
Someone's still flying the damn thing.
Scourge or not, colonists were ejected from the Ark.
There must be an explanation. Here are the coordinates for my implant. Meet me there. We'll find answers.
Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, the Addison thing was, let's see, the lady who stole the ship or something. I'm not worried about that side quest. Meet Avidus at the nav point, and so we shall. Oh, wait, I said I wanted to research the... No, not the Eagle. Maybe, yeah, Hurricane. Okay, wait, no. I've researched it, but I need to build one is what I need to do. Okay, and I have materials for this. Are these any of the same materials, though, that I was trying to save for... Because, let's see, I think I might have built... I'm trying to remember what I did the last time, because it's been a while, but I believe I have some of the N7 armor pieces done, right? Maybe I had chest. Yes, okay, so I have the chest piece only, and that's all I have. I still need arms and legs and probably the helmet if I end up using that as well. What do I need? I need more copper. And it uses iridium and platinum. Same here. Iridium, platinum, need copper. Great. So will I be... No, I should be good on this. So yeah, let's make this Hurricane, and let's also... Let's also use... Oh, wait, do I seriously not have any augments right now? I mean, I don't need augments, but... It's always kind of nice to have some. Great. Also, is there any iridium available? Of course there isn't. That's kind of annoying. I kind of want to make it with augments, but at the same time, I don't need them. Okay. And also, that's just a really good gun, and I want to have it. Okay, so let's go change our loadout real quick, and then we will go and get the Turian Arc. Total number of initiative is 500,000. Not quite that high. I think they might have been 100,000 strong total. Should have been about 20,000 per arc, and then another some odd in the on the Nexus. I think if you look at their sustained losses, they're probably closer to 60,000 by that point, by the events of the game. So let's do this and a hurricane. But let's also see about no scope. Definitely a barrel. Oh wait, no. Do I want that? Let's do... Yeah, let's put the barrel on the phalanx, and then we'll use the hurricane just like that. And let's change this to initiative biotic armor. That's a bit strange. The color is different than what I expected, but okay. Okay. Now let's... Yeah, why is this... If we auto tint, that's really awful. So we'll go to default. We'll go to custom tints. Sure. This is not bad, but I'm going to go with... Huh. Sure. Let's do that. And then... Ah, crap. I wanted to keep that Andromeda blue, but now I'm trying to remember exactly what... Wait, really? How did the colors get changed here? How on earth? Yeah, I have no idea how these colors changed. But now I'm trying to remember what was the... I'm trying to remember the exact RGB value of the Andromeda blue. I think it's 466517, something like that. If I'm not mistaken. And this is literally what I would do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is what I would do. I don't know how many times. And I would be like meticulously trying to get it exactly as close as possible. No, that might be wrong. I can't remember if it was 517. I think it needs to be more blue. Huh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, just don't mind me while I meticulously try and make sure that this color is perfect on a live stream because I'm OCD about the goddamn color. I'm so annoyed that it like decided to just eliminate it on its own, and why it doesn't just have a. I guess it's because I modded. That's right. I modded the N7 armor to look like initiative armor, and for whatever reason, that must have freaked out. That must have freaked out the color thing. Ah, well, close enough. We're gonna have to live with that. We got Turian arcs to save, people.
Anomaly detected.
To the remove system, it is.
Look at these readings. This system is beautiful.
I'll say. That's a stellar nursery. Stars are born out here.
You know what? Actually, let's try something else then. Since I couldn't get the colors right, I heard some people saying she would throw out, maybe go out in some pink. I have an idea here. Let's try something. Since the perfect Andromeda initiative colors have been lost, let's try something. What do we think about like black and pink? That's maybe too pink, but also I'm partially colorblind, so it's maybe way off, but yeah, we're getting closer. And then maybe let that still stay as white. What do we think of this? Does this she's gonna look like the T-Mobile girl. You know what? Maybe that's a good idea. I mean, it's very possible. So yeah, okay, all right. So people are saying yes to this with that little bit of white on there. Does that work? I think that works. All right, all right. What does that look like for the casual? Oh, you know what? That actually looks dope for the casual also. Yeah, I think we're keeping this. All right, there you go. We made something out of it. Good job, everybody, for recommending the pink. Honestly, I wasn't thinking that way, but this works out pretty good. Okay.
Approaching the nav point provided by Avitus.
Yeah, and we are still thinking Suvi romance for sure. Oh, and there it is. There is the arc, I would like to say in all its glory, but not quite. A little bit worse for wear there on the Turian arc, so let's see what we can do.
That's...
And right. Okay, so this is gonna slow down the recharge speed a bit, but that's okay. Once we get the next perk for the pistols, we will be a little bit better off. Yeah, let's do Vetra and let's do Cora. We'll see how this goes. This doesn't matter, so let's go.
Limited power. Life support's busted. Surprised there's any gravity at all.
Looks like it barreled its way through the Scourge by force.
HO47C. It was supposed to be the Turian homeworld in Helios.
Like Habitat 7.
Whoever was piloting the Ark wanted to get here, no matter the cost.
They wanted to find home.
It's not really a home if no one's left to live there. Come on. Speculating won't get us anywhere.
We're lucky this part of the Ark survived.
Looks can be deceiving, Pathfinder. The hull is barely holding together.
Thanks, Sam. Always a ray of sunshine.
I could provide analysis via the scanner, Pathfinder.
Hey, this door still got power.
I wouldn't open that, Pathfinder. It leads to space. Perhaps you could divert the power to a different door.
I will say the physics of having the zero gravity has got to be tough to manage, and the way stuff just kind of floats away when you bump it. Technically impressive. Really? This plant has been neglected. Oh boy.
Looks pretty busted. Think your Sam can get us in?
Don't give the AI all the credit. I help.
Excuse me.
I found a log from Dea Prayton, the Ark's captain. The video is corrupt, but I can recover the audio.
Play it.
Something's tearing the Tannis apart. Half the cryo chamber is gone, trying to get anyone awake to the escape pods. Spirits, there's no time. Find Mason.
Dea was abandoning ship.
She wouldn't leave unless the situation was dire. Tannis didn't get here on its own. We need to know what happened next.
The rest of the data on this console is corrupt. Perhaps if we find another. Or the Ark's SAM node.
Alright, let's keep looking. This one also needs power.
Maybe we can use the same trick as last time? Divert power from something else?
I thought it was just another simple switch. That was relatively close.
Well, we're not going that way.
Oh, it might be this one. There we go.
The door should now be operational, Pathfinder.
I just feel like these are basically the exact same mechanics that were on the Asari Ark, which I know does make a certain amount of sense, but it would have been nice to see them get a bit more creative.
Sam, how are we doing?
Mason, bring it back.
video's corrupt on this one too.
What about audio?
Repairing now. 1 moment, please.
We need to remain objective.
Yeah, I've never been objective when it comes to Mason.
Try, for his sake.
Playing audio now.
Sam, how far to Abby's pod?
300 meters.
An easy stroll then. Damn it! Maybe not so easy.
Where's the rest of it?
That is all I could recover.
Damn it.
We know he survived the initial impact.
Oh, he didn't sound good.
Don't give up on him yet.
That door leads to the SAM node. We've got to get in there.
Are we going to divert power again? Is that... You don't say.
The SAM node should now be accessible.
Like, even if there was... I mean, I know some people didn't like, say, the hacking mini-games of Mass Effect 2, etc., but it's just like, you open the door by holding a button, and then it's like, well, that doesn't work, so you go somewhere else to hold a button, and then come back to hold a button. Like, I wish it was just a bit more engaging. Or just not so repetitive.
Sam, where's the Pathfinder? Where's Mason?
Avi. Commence. Stars.
Avi, isn't that what Mason called you?
He's the only one who calls me that.
My counterpart is suffering from severe trauma. If I partition the damage, it may be able to speak with us.
Be careful. I don't want to lose this, Sam, because we rushed for answers.
Avitus Riggs. Welcome home.
Sam, Mason sent coordinates to this location. I need to find him.
You are mistaken. I sent the coordinates.
Okay, this is officially getting weird. Next you'll say you flew the Natanus here.
I did. The Pathfinder ordered me to help Avitus find the Turians a home.
Where's Mason?
Gone.
This thing's still busted. It doesn't know what it's talking about.
We should have access to Mason's logs. Maybe there's something in there.
Abby, whatever we hit, a piece of it shredded my suit. Stings like hell, but spirits, it's beautiful. I need you to go on for the both of us. Don't let that temper get the better of you. Sam, commence transfer.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Even the stars look brighter.
He died before the transfer was complete. That must be the source of Sam's trauma.
Why bring me here? What was the point?
To complete the transfer, the Turians need a Pathfinder.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I never thought I'd get the job. My whole career, I worked alone. I don't know how to lead people. I don't want to lead people.
Avitus, I've seen you protect settlers. You found the Turian Ark. You've already been playing the part of Pathfinder, just without the title.
A title that belongs to Mason.
Which he wanted you to have. Rejecting it won't bring him back.
What if I let him down?
You could only do that by walking away.
Ah, damn it, you're right.
Shall I begin transfer?
It'll be safer on the Nexus. Suvi, call Tan. We need a shuttle to pick up the SAM node. Tell him we found the Turian Pathfinder.
You know, I probably need to think about this thought a lot more before I am fully able to articulate it as well as I would like, but the more time gets on from, say, earlier BioWare games, and the more I play through modern BioWare games, and the more I play through other modern RPGs, and I've made reference to this, I think, previously, that I don't know that BioWare is very good at making what I would call a modern RPG. Not just in the sense of they haven't really cracked the code when it comes to open world. I mean, even in the case of storytelling. I think for a long time in your Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights era of RPGs in which BioWare was king, you could get away with representing sort of like... It was like an amalgamation of a moment or a character or a sentiment, and you could communicate it in particular through dialogue without being sort of tactile or on the ground or naturalistic. What you could do essentially was, it was like, how do I put this? It's like the way that theater isn't always very naturalistic, like depending on the genre. Like sometimes the theater performance is sort of, it lacks a certain amount of detail, but it's theatrical, and so you buy it, and right, you fill in the blanks of what that might look like in a quote unquote real situation. And so a lot of times, BioWare storytelling has always lacked a kind of verisimilitude, because essentially what it is okay. So like that sequence there with Avitus, sort of dealing with the loss of Mason, it's too quick and it's not detailed enough. But the praise that BioWare garnered for so long was, hey, wasn't it really cool that they had a moment in which this character who has a mentor that he's also involved in a romantic relationship with, the mentor / romantic interest dies, and he has to sort of deal with that. That concept was seen so rarely, right? Something like that would be seen so rarely in an RPG or any other sort of game. We would think, oh, that's really cool. I'm really glad that moment is in there. And we would sort of just look past the fact that it was dealt with in a few lines of dialogue in one scene, and it wasn't fleshed out very much. But conceptually, they were touching on moments or ideas that were unique in storytelling. And so we would just say, oh, this is great writing. Whereas now, I think when you look at The Witcher, when you look at some of the things that are being done with Assassin's Creed, or I would even say Kingdom Come Deliverance, or certainly with Red Dead Redemption, and a lot of other games. God of War is not an RPG, but it's RPG-ish. Horizon Zero Dawn is actually guilty a little bit of what I'm talking about, but not quite as much. And I think BioWare is still sort of trapped in this idea of, okay, here's a concept for a character or a story or a moment. Well, what would that look like? And they sort of get like 2 or 3 stages deep on it, and that's about it. And they never really color in the detail that it needs, because in a lot of ways they are still writing characters and writing scenes. Like this is really about writing scenes. It's not about plotting out an overall story. It's not about writing character background. It's about how do you write a scene. And right now, to me, it seems that BioWare still writes scenes with 2 purposes. Tell the player where to go next, right, in the case of a quest, and communicate the general idea of what this moment is, right? It's not make a person feel as though they are sitting in that room watching that moment happen with all of the detail, and however long it takes is however long it takes. But they're writing scenes with the sentiment of how do we communicate the general idea of this, and then how do we make sure players know where to go next. So yeah, I could probably like put my thoughts a little more succinctly on that, but the more I play through BioWare games repeatedly, I'm starting to notice that is true, and I don't think that that's going to age well. I think that BioWare actually needs like a fundamental reassessment of how they write games. And that's really painful for me to say, because I love BioWare writing and storytelling, and I have for a very long time. But I don't think that they're very good at writing modern RPGs. I think that they mastered a form of writing that has been basically the same for 20 years now. Is it a management issue? No, not exactly. Not exactly. Only in the sense that they seem to have the same peer review setup that they've always had. Maybe that needs to be refreshed. That could be a way that a manager or a lead writer could help contribute to fixing the problem. But ultimately, you have to hire writers. You have to hire writers who see things on a more micro level and who understand the way that really detailed, impactful moments and good scenes sort of layered onto each other communicate something on a macro level that you don't get if you're just dealing with content with concepts in summary. I could word that way better, but again, that's someone said maybe that's a good topic for an Exalted March video, probably. So I'll leave it there until I get my thoughts together on it more.
If you bothered reading it, you'd know that the Tempest
also,
is an orchestra
Lucas,
of new tech.
Felsicorn,
You can't just
good
meddle
to see you, man. Glad you could make it.
In record time, Callow. I know my stuff.
And you don't have a shred of respect for other people's.
Callow.
Oh, Ryder. Sorry you had to hear that. What can I do for you?
I don't like having to listen to Callow bitch about this, but I do want to get to the point where I can tell him that he's wrong.
You and Gil still aren't getting along?
He's being stubborn. All I want is for him to respect the ship. Apparently, that's too much to ask.
Dreamscape, you might be right. Yeah, you might be right. I don't... That might not be true, because I think BioWare normally prides itself on the fact that this is for a mature audience, but in a sense, you're right in the fact that the audience that they've had for a long time is becoming more sophisticated, right? So we're all becoming more sophisticated in the way that we perceive stories and games, and BioWare just kind of haven't really upped their sophistication. They're talking about new subject matter, they're telling new stories, but their level of sophistication has not gotten that much better. You still kind of have conversations in this siloed way, and then you have exposition that carries a generally good plot separately from that. Right, the subtle development of characters it's not truly driving plot. If that makes sense, and they're not they are communicating most of their themes a lot more directly. Like a lot of their thematic value is communicated almost like it's exposition, rather than slowly revealing that to us in really detailed and potentially even something that might seem like a mundane character moment. Okay. Yeah, let's get on.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
We've now rescued the Turian Ark, and we've got a little bit more time, so it may be good to. I believe we still have. Yeah, let's do Vetra's loyalty mission. What the heck? We're here. We might as well do it, and we've only been streaming for about 90 minutes, so let's go ahead and knock out Vetra's loyalty mission while we're at it. If I can find it. Man, it's just Andromeda is just like real life email inbox overflowing. Okay. Acknowledge Sid, and now we gotta go talk to Vetra, I'm assuming. Yes, okay.
Exaltation. The cat just keep asking for more trouble.
Really looking forward to kicking those guys in the teeth.
Get us there, and we'll save you a place in line.
Yeah, I mean, look, as far as Dragon Age 4 is concerned, I mean, Dragon Age Inquisition is still one of their better games. I do think that the writing style, the way that they sort of frame their stories is beginning to not age well. It seems dated to me. It doesn't seem complex enough. It doesn't seem, and when I mean complex, I mean structurally. I don't mean like the concepts. I mean like it's very clear that that the individual quests feel siloed and they don't feel like they overlap very much. So I feel like they need to update that structurally. But I think I have high hopes for Dragon Age 4 because Inquisition is still, as far as their style of writing, it's still some of their better work, and I still enjoy it. I still enjoy what Mass Effect and Dragon Age have to offer. But it's just that as I start to compare it to other things, I'm starting to notice how it feels a bit dated. who knows? Maybe they'll really take a leap forward with Dragon Age. Who knows? Maybe even with Anthem. I doubt it, but who knows? We'll see.
Hey, Ryder. Got an encrypted message from Sid. She has news and wanted to talk to us both. Connecting the call now.
Finally! I've been waiting for hours.
So you want to tell us what this is all about?
I was listening to Outpost updates and caught a message about settlers going missing. What do you mean they're missing? They didn't leave voluntarily. No work assignments, no mining expeditions, kidnapped. I dug around, and I think I know where they've been taken. A cave on a moon in the Ramov system. Originally an Angaran mine, I think, but they abandoned it.
I don't believe the planet you're talking about is a moon.
Whatever.
What did I tell you about getting involved?
I couldn't just do nothing.
How do we know your intel's even reliable?
It's reliable. We'll need more than your assurances. Who's behind this? Why target settlers? Ugh, does it matter? Are you gonna not save them if you don't like why they're in trouble?
Sid, just give us everything you have on this.
Already done. Could I come along? I want to help.
You know the answer to that.
Right, of course. Stay away from bad people, guns, bombs, Krogan beer.
You did good. I just want you to be safe, okay?
Yeah.
Again, I hate to sound like I'm harping on beating a dead horse, but some more of that dialogue is pretty much exactly what I was just talking about, right? Something, her sister needs to stay out of trouble, and it's all just sort of general and vague and not really resonant. Also, again, like I hate to say it twice, but like Frida Wolf, again, pretty damn flat on that performance, which pains me because there's a lot of good moments for her as well, but also the line of dialogue, what are you not going to save them if you don't like why they're in trouble? That is such a fucking Twitter response. Like, that is just such a fucking, like, that is a response bred from the way that people argue on the internet. It's like a real sort of like a gotcha. First of all, yes, potentially we're not going to save them, depending on how or why they got themselves into that. They could be doing something completely scrupulous and awful. So potentially, but also it's just like, yeah, man, like we need the background info. Like, yes, as a matter of fact, yes. And it's a real, also kind of like a hand slap to the player of like, you know, essentially like don't ask for more information, which is kind of part of the satisfying aspects of RPGs is asking for more information. So again, not a fan of some of that dialogue. All right, let's make a hard save real quick. And let's now land on H047C. Now, I will say, as far as interesting locations, I really like this one. I mean, look, say what you will about Andromeda being derivative. This is a pretty unique setting to be in, as far as how it looks and how it plays and the effects of the gravity and all this other stuff. So they definitely deserve credit for this. I thought this was out of the box and unique, and I quite enjoyed it. Let's change this up a bit. Let's bring Drac along for this one. And then let's go with the platinum on this.
Wow. Look at all this. The Scourge did a number here, didn't it? To think this was supposed to be the Turian home, now the Exiles have taken over.
Cosmic radiation is off the charts, Ryder. You'll need to stay in the Nomad. What good are these fancy suits if they don't block radiation? In normal situations, they do. But this planet's magnetic field was disrupted when it cracked open. No protection from a cosmic ray tearing you apart at the molecular level. So, stick to the Nomad.
Descent engine engaged. Good luck, Ryder.
You never tried looking for your dad?
I was trying to make sure that I could take a screenshot.
I tried. I asked around.
There we go. All right, good.
Loudly. Dumb, huh?
You were a kid.
Dang, that
Sure way to
platinum
make someone
looks
vanish is to let him know someone else
really
is
dope.
looking. Either Dad or whoever it was that made him disappear.
You hate
Night, hiya. How's it going?
Yeah. I tell myself he'd come back if he could have. I'll never get the truth, so I'll take the lie that makes everything easier.
All right, I know you guys can't see this, so I don't know why I'm gonna out myself. But for a second there, when I just started moving to the Nomad, I totally hit the right bumper to slow down my horse. I'm telling you, man, my fingers just get confused. I've got I don't know how many hours of Red Dead Redemption 2 at this point under my belt. No, the Nomad is not a horse. Is that going to be the episode title? Honestly, the Nomad is not a horse. I don't know if that makes any sense, but all right, anyway. All right, what are we doing here? We're trying to get over here, loyalty mission, etc. All right, let's hit this first waypoint.
Gravity's lower than we're used to, Pathfinder. Gil says you shouldn't worry about accidentally hitting escape velocity.
Nomad should compensate for the lower gravity. To a degree.
Yeah, I gotta say, just driving around this planet, though, is pretty fun. I love the laughs that some of them give. It's great. All right, which way am I going? Did I totally unlock that one? Did that work? No? Oh, there you go. I went right by it. Wow, okay.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station. Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder.
Okay, and then... yeah, probably this one next.
So wait, you're Kesh's father?
Grandfather, actually. She tell you about me?
Not exactly. She did used to swear up and down about a stubborn old fossil, usually while hitting something.
Stubborn old fossil. She's called me worse on a good day.
Yeah, this one really is something to look at. Also, some of these environments here, the little orange bubble dome things, do have quite a bit of resources in them, so I think like platinum and a couple of other things might be worth it.
Sam, what is that?
A mining dome, Pathfinder. You should be able to exit the Nomad once inside.
What about the crazy space radiation?
The dome structure prevents cosmic rays from entering.
And then I can't remember what this one's about. I don't want to go through and do all of these little side ones, but I might. We'll see. Because I have been coming up a bit short on some resources. This guy get all the way behind me, like seriously.
Running ammo!
Nice shot.
Yeah, this extra reload time, or rather the extra recharge time, is going to be a bit rough. And also, Drac has been down this entire time. He just got walloped by that Hydra.
Holy behind you.
Yeah, we're not in a good way here. There's turrets, there's... Jesus, I didn't remember these being so hectic. Yeah, we basically have enemies on all sides. We gotta get inside. That way. Now that we have some better cover, we might actually be able to manage this a bit more. I'm assuming this thing just can't turn, or it just seems a bit stuck. Yeah, all that for what is probably just going to end up being a little bit of titanium or something. Are there still more enemies? I mean, this is a pretty decent amount of uranium, which is nice. I feel like towards the end of the game, you end up not having any shortage of resources if you're doing like a normal playthrough. On this one, I've really just been ignoring resources for building stuff for the most part, but that's also come back to kind of bite us a little bit, hence why we're still mainly using starting armor and weapons.
How'd you meet Cash?
A few years ago, I was running with a mercenary band, mostly smuggling work. Nova Force. Ambitious name for a small-time crew. On one of the jobs, I got caught by Cash. Made a deal. I got her some experimental prototypes out of Terminus. She didn't turn me in. It became a thing. She was always good for jobs, paid well, and upfront. Credits helped me go independent. But then I got suspicious. All the things she was asking me to get. So I asked. That's when I heard about the initiative.
She brought you on?
Oh yeah. I bought the pitch, like everyone else.
Kind of chiming in here with what you guys are talking about in the chat. For DA2, I agree. It's like mage or nothing. It's always a mage. It's very hard for me to not play a mage in Dragon Age 2. Vetra is insane.
Shit!
Whew! That was close. Close to there it is, yeah. We should, there it is.
You think Cash lied to you?
Nah, she's not the type. I'm pretty sure none of it. According to Sid's intel, that's where those settlers are being held. We should check it out.
I have managed to jump over one of these domes once, but gotta time it pretty well. Making the jump across that chasm was pretty fun though.
I do not detect life in our immediate vicinity.
Let's head in, but stay sharp. My sister may have missed something in her investigations.
Yeah, I'm really debating on whether or not I want to bring the Hurricane. I guess I'll give it a little bit more of a chance, but the longer recharge time for power is just getting a bit annoying. Unless I just drop, unless I just go straight with the Hurricane. I mean, normally it's a pretty good overall weapon. You know what? What the heck? Let's try that.
Looks like no one's home.
I swear if Sid sent us on a pointless search, I'm going to drill her shin plates.
Move! Go! What the hell was that?
Pretty sure that was a trap, Ryder.
Sorry.
How old is Sid supposed to be? 17 or 18, something like that?
So good to finally meet you. And you brought friends. That's even the Pathfinder, if I'm not mistaken. My bait worked better than expected.
The missing settlers.
Who are you? Why are you kidnapping innocents?
Innocents? They're criminals. You helped them get away from me. You think I'm gonna let that go? Get comfortable. You'll be here a while.
Case of mistaken identity?
I'm just as lost as you are.
It's okay, Vetra. You don't have to cover for us. That was Merryweather. She runs a smuggling ring on Kadara. We worked for her. Vetra helped us get out of it. New lives, hiding in the outposts.
You smuggled outlaws onto my outpost?
Yeah, we made mistakes. Thanks to you, I got to see my family again.
Look, I don't know you. I don't know any of you. I'm getting out of here.
We've tried. There's no way out.
There's always a way out. Ryder, you have to believe me. I've no idea what's going on. I'm going to get answers, but first we have to get out of here.
Yeah, well, getting out of here would be a good idea, Vetra.
We need to talk.
Yeah, I know. These people here think I helped them, and somehow Merryweather feels screwed over by it.
Yeah, I know. I found that my outpost line to be really interesting.
How well do you know Merryweather?
I've heard of her. A smuggler, not affiliated with either the Outcasts or Collective. Never did business with her myself. Kind of a loose cannon from what I've heard.
You sure you don't know anything about what happened here?
Ryder, I swear on my sister's life. I don't know what I did to put myself in Merryweather's crosshairs.
What do you think Merryweather's planning?
Looks like she was gunning for me. Use the people she thinks I helped as bait. If you ask me, she's planning to kill me. After a thorough interrogation, of course. Sounds like she wasn't expecting you. Might try to get something out of the Nexus in exchange.
We'll talk later. Focus on getting out of here.
What I like to hear.
Alright, let's see if we can't get some good, well, this might not be the best for thumbnails, but it might be. Actually, yeah, I could do this. I'm not going to mess with it too much. I just want to get a couple of shots that could be used. For the YouTube thumbnail, yeah, that'll work. And let's talk to Galloway real quick, and then we'll start trying to get him out of here.
Vetra seems really agitated. It's making me doubt what really happened. I hope this all gets sorted out soon.
You said Vetra helped you. How exactly?
Some of us were trying to get off Kadara. She must have heard about it through contacts. She reached out to us. Made up assignments at the outpost. That got us free.
You know, I agree that Inquisition archery looks and feels a lot better than Origin, certainly, but how does anyone feel about, you know, actually having like a manual aim for archery? Would that just not be Dragon Age enough? Would that be a little too weird? I kind of like archery in games where it's more of a, you know, more of a, like a shooting mechanic.
There was some mention of you being a Nexus exile?
Yeah. I'm not proud of it. When we first got here, things were bad. Real bad. It was all too easy to start scapegoating the initiative. When the revolt happened, I joined. But things aren't better on Kadara. Or out there on your own. Thanks to Vetra, I got a second chance to do things right.
Tell me more about Merryweather.
She used to be some kind of military surveyor. Now, she's a gang leader and smuggler. Working for her was all right at first. Then, she started doing things we didn't agree with. But you don't just quit working for Merryweather. We needed someone to help hide us. Now, Merryweather's convinced we're scheming against
Zoe,
her.
I also, like many people, have played a lot of hours in Skyrim as an archer, like a ton. The Tomb Raider games, I think, have pretty good archery. You know, so I like those.
There'll be time to talk later.
Alright, I could talk to some of these fellas, but I'm not.
Door controls are not accessible from here, Pathfinder.
There has to be a way out.
I can open the doors from my end, but they're powered down. We need to get them going again.
Your end? Who are you?
I don't like the sound of this, Ryder.
Just get those doors some power!
It appears functional.
No way to know until we try. That cable's not going to get power to that door. These might connect the door to the generator.
Even just something just as simple as that, like I know it's not much, it's not executed well, but at least, like, I don't know, finding a way to actually connect something, I don't know, it's a very small wrinkle, but at least it's something.
And there you go! Oh, crud. Hacking the door tripped a silent alarm. If the guards see Galloway and the others, they're dead. We gotta hide them. The storage room.
Everyone in here.
Come on, people, go, go, go! God, it's so hard for the AI pathing to just get all these people in one room. Get in there, what are you doing?
I'm directing security cam footage to that panel. You'll be able to see the guards coming. If you wait till they go by, you could surprise them.
Again, this is pretty small, but I thought at least they did something of some sort of... something slightly different.
What the hell? Where are the prisoners?
Are they gone? Is it safe?
They didn't see you. Stay here. We'll take care of them. Please tell me you're going to talk to your sister about all of this.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, Drax out there wrecking things. Whew.
That took care of it. We should check that the colonists are okay.
Is everyone okay?
Sidera Nix, you've been pretending to be me, haven't you?
How did you?
Think I don't recognize my own tricks? And stop using my voice.
Sorry. It was just easier to get things done when people thought I was you. You know, because you have contacts and stuff.
Sid.
So you didn't help us, just like you said. It was...
Yeah, my kid's sister.
Like, the fact that it's even an option to say that it was pretty cool, like, why? She's reckless, she has no idea what she's doing, and we're now just treating, like, life and death matters as though it's, like, some kind of hobby she wants to pick up?
Messing with Kadara gangs?
I mean, I guess, look,
real danger.
in the nature of role-playing, you can choose to say one or the other. I guess choice is better, but the fact that that's even an option is ridiculous.
Your ass is getting in a shuttle and booking it back to the Nexus.
But I can help you get everyone out of here.
You hacked a door without checking for safeguards. That's help we don't need.
So walk me through it. I got eyes on the base.
Ryder?
What is this? And again, help is always welcome, or don't look at me.
She's your sister.
Great. Thanks for the backup.
No. How about no?
Fine, Sid. You can help, but follow my instructions and don't get creative.
We'll stay put and follow you when it's safe. Don't want to get caught in the crossfire.
The sooner we get going, the better. Sid'll alert us if anything's headed our way.
Head down the corridor, through the mess hall. That's quickest.
Before we go farther, are you in a safe spot?
Yeah, I'm tapped into their system from outside. Shuttle's well hidden. Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Did you know your sister was messing about impersonating you?
Do you think I would have let her if I knew? This explains a bunch of the strange reactions I've gotten from some of my associates. Shit, I have no... Sid, we're going to need you to hack into systems to cause a disruption.
Right.
Only one. Get in and get out. Too much messing around and they'll track you down.
Again, I like some of the mechanics throughout this
Anyone
mission.
know?
Right, being able to choose which thing I want to affect.
I can send a surge of power to that generator.
The electrical discharge from that could take out some of them. Sid, what's that door?
Looks like it leads to some kind of workshop. Could be some gear in there.
Any security?
Yeah, loads. If I open the door, you'll have to deal with them.
Ryder?
I've never taken the do nothing option. I mean, seeing as how I don't actually want her help, I'm actually going to try this because I've never done it.
I'm just heading in there. We can handle these guys.
Alright, cool. Oh boy, Drac is out there hitting things with his hammer.
The ventilation in this place is awful. Everything...
Did you really have to kill them all?
Would you prefer they went after your friends?
No, but... Never mind. Take that passageway next. It'll take you through... Huh. It looks like a bunch of cages?
What the hell is happening? Who's messing with security? Why are the feeds down? Someone answer me!
Again, as much as it's interesting to play around with this stuff, I
That's
might
a lot of animals.
try for nothing
They could be training
again.
them as a security measure. If they're still
Although this fight is actually kind of gnarly,
guards
and
for
the
us.
turrets are super helpful.
Then again, they might also attack us. They have a fiend?
I can't open that cage. Remote access is disabled. They probably don't want accidents.
Turrets. Those might be a problem.
I could turn them off or change the attack protocols.
Again, this is totally not the most efficient or even the most interesting necessarily, but because I've never tried to have her just do nothing, and I was just complaining about not having the option to tell her no, I'm just going to see if I can have her not do anything. I wonder if I don't think it changes anything if you just continually tell her to sit tight.
I don't think we need any help with this.
Even though it would be nice to have those turrets off, I'm just so annoyed that Sid is involved herself. I'm just going to keep saying no. Oh boy. This is gonna be tough.
Fiend, get back!
Yeah, I might have regretted that decision about the turrets.
Ryder, watch out! I think they're trying to get clever.
God damn. The turrets are just goddamn bullet sponges. And they're throwing tons of grenades. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna run out of bullets before I can take out the turret, to be honest. Alright, I might not have thought this through enough. Yeah, those turrets have incredible amounts of HP. Alright, I need bullets. Oh boy, alright, no, shield capacitors. Yes to shield capacitors. Crap, okay. God damn, this fiend is really annoying. There you go. Why do I make things harder on myself? Come on, come on. Woo! And I'm pretty sure those turrets are still active, actually. No? Oh, this guy. Would you look at that?
That was intense.
Oh, press F to pray to the doors Jordan lives. The F's worked.
Anyway,
good job,
head to
guys.
the workshop. Next, that's the direct way out.
Whew, that was close. Man, they really want to make you pay a price for not having Sid help you, but she should have stayed out of the way in the first place. It's a matter of principle.
There's a rat in the system. I want this rat caught. Double the rations for anyone that does it.
Double the rations. All right, we got one more to go.
If that engine has a charged core, it might explode.
I could dump out whatever's in those tanks.
That stuff cuts right through shields. If we're not careful, that'll hurt both them and us. That armor will be trouble if the pilot gets inside.
It's plugged into the network for maintenance. I can disable its systems.
Now again, that's one that's really tempting. But it's also pretty close by. So we're gonna try this
Looks
one
like
more
you've
time.
got loads of options.
And we're gonna tell Sid to do jack shit.
Never mind. I'll do this the old-fashioned way.
Carefully. How does that person get in there so quick? Really? Oh boy. And yeah, we're totally gonna die. Yep. I thought I could really get to that pilot ASAP, but it's just like they're instantaneously in there. That's ridiculous.
There's a rat in the system. I want this rat caught. Double the rations for anyone that does it.
Probably doesn't help that I just ran straight. You know what? I don't care. Just let me through.
Looks like you've got loads of options.
Never mind. I'll do this the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, so they said like if the pilot gets in there, the damn pilot's in there as soon as you open the door. Everybody get back in here. We're holding down in this room. Oh man, that second throw projectile actually worked for once. Come on. There we go. Alright, now we're actually making some progress here. I think I got the sharpshooter too. Is that it? Did we get him? We got him, alright.
I knew you guys did stuff like this, but helping you do it, it's different.
That's why I never wanted you.
Sid, you're not actually helping, just FYI. I'm actually good. Let's just get that straight. You are not helping.
Well, I guess it's straight through the door next.
You're helping about as much as Liam trying to set up soccer matches for no reason.
Sid, what do we have coming up? Sid?
Looks like...
Sid?
I think someone found my shuttle. I can hear. I think I gotta... Oh no!
Sid! Sid, come in! They found her. They're gonna kill her! Why'd you have to go be the hero, Sid? Stupid. So stupid.
Sid's leverage. They won't kill her just yet. We just have to be quick.
You're right. I think I can trace Sid's signal. Should take us to her. No time to waste, but we have to be careful. They have my sister.
Oh, this is another one. They're coming straight for us. This is another one where they have so much advantage tactically as far as positioning. There you go, Drac. Yeah, it's really not fun to have to try and fight through all of these.
That console probably controls the security in this room. We should shut it off.
Yeah, we should probably do a lot of things.
Turrets powering down. We're clear.
So you're the one that's been killing my people.
I didn't kill anyone. I don't even know how to shoot a gun.
You want your rat Vetra nicks? You come to me.
Help!
Alright, Sid, I hope you've had enough adventure. Time for us to save you.
Think carefully about your next move, Pathfinder.
That explodes. It takes you out, too.
You won't let that happen.
Vetra.
It's going to be okay. We're gonna get you out of this.
Okay, we're talking. Now what?
Put your weapons on the ground.
Discount Kelly. I've never not taken that prompt. I'm not even sure what happens. I assume Vetra shoots.
Get them. Kill all of them.
Sid, get down! Stay down!
I won't let anyone get to her, don't you worry.
Get him, Drac.
More of Merryweather's thugs taking up position!
Crap.
I see him.
Wait, who just... Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what that's gonna do. Loud explosions really mess things up there. Crap, how many of these things are there? Alright, had enough of this.
Are you all right? Are you hurt? I'm fine. I think.
Yeah, I think Merryweather literally fell and then died somehow. We glitch killed her.
Are you all right? Are you hurt? I think I'm okay.
Help's on the way. We're all good, thanks to you.
I didn't mean for any of this. I'm sorry, okay?
You can't just mess around with people from Kadara. They're dangerous.
These guys wanted to start over, not be exiles anymore. No one else was giving them a chance, so I thought, I can do that. I can help.
That's not your decision to make, Sid.
I don't want you hurt. There are ugly sides to what I do, and you shouldn't have to deal with them.
You started out when you were my age, and you managed okay?
That wasn't by choice. You saw what we did here. This isn't all fun and games, Sid.
Yeah, I was shocked at first, but I understand now, and I can handle it.
I don't want you to have to.
Whatever. I'm going back to the Nexus. like you
Whatever,
wanted.
so she learned nothing.
Sounds like you're going to need a long talk.
Before I even attempt to talk, she'll need some time to think. We both do. Hey, at least the settlers are safe. Thanks for helping me out with this, Ryder. Can we just get moving now?
Oh, sweet. All right, so we now have some full... Okay, first of all,
Sid,
why
you
were the
so
Nomad doors
frustrated.
only just
I try to be
closing?
firm. She pushes back. I lay down the law. She pushes some more.
See, that's your problem. Kids need boundaries, sure, but they also want to know you're not the enemy.
Our dad would not have agreed with you.
Your dad sounds like a piece of work. Special ops, right?
Yeah, something like that. He never went into details.
Disappeared.
Yeah.
I know the type.
Activating automated forward station deployment.
All right,
Mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system.
With Vetra's loyalty mission in the books, oh man, it's a bunch of minerals. Nice. I think we're probably going to be pretty good for today. Let's head back up to the Tempest, and then with that, yeah, I think eventually
Where to next,
we'll
Pathfinder?
just need to follow the Archon ship, find the Solarian arc, and then we'll be ready to kind of go down the final part of the critical path. Lucas, thanks for joining us.
Giles said he wanted to see you.
Everyone, thanks for being here. Giles also got some stuff to talk about, but we will have to get to that one next time. I think, yeah, we're almost at about 2.5 hours here. This has been fun. I'm glad we got to do this. So for next weekend, we will probably still not be doing the joint streams. I think holiday stuff will still be interfering with that, but I will be back either Saturday or Sunday, or maybe potentially do something on both days for another solo stream. And then following that, we'll be back to business as usual. But until then, thanks everyone for joining us. This has been a lot of fun. Hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend and a great week and a great holiday. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. All right, everybody, take care, and we'll talk to you soon.